I wasn't expecting company, but if you stay out of the shrubs and flower beds, you could stay.
Give them a wave, Pops, now that you've invited them in. We're two old guys who enjoy playing sandbox and survival games together. I'm Uncle Craig. Go ahead and sit down. Let's visit for a while. Well, I think our first goal should be to set up some type of mobile base here. What do you think? So we can get a refinery and an assembler going on it. Our first need is power, I think. Is that right? We can't rely on wind right now until we, well, maybe ever, but we've got to rely on something. Solar panels, do you think? No input for me, Doc? Our goal is to try to make as little impact here on the environment, so I figured we could start by getting some solar panel for these pods so we can keep them running, and then hopefully build like a large grid, something on wheels where we could set up, get set up. I don't know. What do you think?
Well, as far as something on wheels, I guess it depends on. I mean, it's one of those things. If we park it and come back and the wheels have been destroyed.
I haven't had that issue of losing wheels, but do you think if we're using it all the time, we'd be all right? And we could always have spares too, right?
I mean, if there's also a way to just park it up in the air a little bit, like if you're there, if you're watching the thing, it shouldn't eat itself
Gotcha.
up. But once everybody's gone,
Yeah,
that's
makes
the
sense.
problem.
Hey, could you come out and take a look out here? Based on the large grid rover, I got an idea here. I want to know what you think. I'm down on the grass, the south side of the building. With this connector under here, if we did have a large grid rover vehicle and we were able to load it up with components for some of these contracts that require a lot of storage to be able to fulfill them, we'd be able to put a connector at the top of the rover and then raise the suspension so we could connect. It's like you're too excited to be here. Well, there's an unknown signal. Maybe I should go and get that now while it's there. 14 minutes. I better grab the bottle from my ship, though. I don't think I ever did that. Can you hear me from out this far, Doc? Okay, so we're grinding this up. We're trying to get as many resources as we can here at the beginning, I think, that we can get our hands on. Now, Doc can't hear me from this far away, obviously, but I do want to find out how far these comms go. Let me see if he can hear me from a kilometer out. Let's see, right about here, I guess. Doc, can you hear me from this distance? This is Uncle Craig to Doc. Can you hear me from this distance? This is Uncle Craig. Doc, can you hear me from out there? Doc, this is Uncle Craig. Can you hear me from there? Doc, this is Uncle Craig. Can you hear me from there?
Testing.
Okay, so it looks like about 600 to 700 meters is the range of these antennas, or these comms, I believe. I didn't even think, we got to this station, we ought to send a message out on the Alliance network. It must be Doc out there. I thought maybe that was somebody new. We could repurpose this a bit, I think. I think I'd like to be on the uphill or the downhill side. Let's go on the downhill side. Ah, good. This is Uncle Craig to Hero. Can you hear me, Hero? Alright, so first thing is to get to where we build a basic assembler. But I can't build a basic assembler unless it's on large grid. Now I could put down a large grid. I could put down a large grid landing gear. Doc, are you within range? Alright, so I think the right thing to do here would be to get down a large grid landing gear. So let's see. How much is a large grid landing gear? Construction components I have. I need steel plates. I only have 42. And I need 150. And then I need motors. I can get those. Wish Doc was here. I really only need one landing gear, but it'd be handy to have two. So let me grind this down. See how much of this I can build now. Probably not much. Oh, look at that. Okay. Let's grind it down. Just make it barely functional because I need all the resources I can get for everything else. Now I've got one on that side and one on this side. I wonder if it's better to have the landing gear front and back, but it's too late now. And that seat, I don't, well, no. Well, it's orange. Hopefully I don't lose the seat. Nope, okay, so it's good. So that one and that one on the sides are good. Alright, so that gives me a little bit to work with. Let's see, for the landing gear, I need 150 plates. So I can get a bunch of steel plates here, I think, off this ship. First of all, let's see what I have here that I can, yeah, let's get that one steel plate here. Okay. And this can give me a steel plate. Says it's still functional though. Swelled it up, so that's not going to give me much. Now I have the ship. The ship is built with a whole bunch of steel plates, so I can just take these off. Let's take the upper ones off first. In fact, let's take the face off of each side here. We don't need those. I'm outside of that place, aren't I? Yeah, good. Alright, I lost Doc. Not sure where he's off to. Doc, are you within range of the comms? Okay, so we got all those. How much does that give us? That's 100, so we just need 50 more. And we need 6 motors. Again, I wish Doc was here. I could get some stuff from him that we need. Doc, are you within range? Wish I knew what he was up to. I'm going to take this top layer off now, see if that gives us enough steel plate to work with, and then I'll have to figure out the motors. Maybe we can even buy motors. I'll look inside there. The survival kit, in terms of being able to refine or assemble things, is a little bit useless.
Like, subscriber, get off my lawn.